It's nearly a month since the deadly October 7th attack, and Israel is just as determined to completely crush Hamas. Israeli forces have intensified their ground assault in Gaza Strip, with fierce fighting continuing in the northern part of the Gaza Strip. So far, over 1,400 people have been killed in Israel and over 9,000 have died in Palestine. However, amid the fierce fighting in Gaza, the battle is heating up on the second front as well. The Israel-Lebanon border. Hezbollah has been carrying out drone and rocket attacks hitting the Israeli targets. Amid the fighting, the Hezbollah chief has made a public address where he said that his group is already engaged in unprecedented cross-border fighting with Israel along the Lebanon-Israel border and threatened a further escalation as the 4-week-long Israel-Hamas war rages on.
بيقول السيد بده يعلن عن دخول المعركة. نحن دخلنا المعركة من 8 تشرين أول. نحن دخلنا المعركة من 8 تشرين أول. الذي يتوقع أو يطالب أن يدخل حزب الله سريعا في حرب شاملة وكاملة مع العدو قد يبدو ما يجري على الحدود متواضعا. ولكن لو نظرنا إلى ما يجري على الحدود بموضوعية سنجده كبيرا جدا ومهما جدا ومؤثرا جدا. طبعا لن يتم الاكتفاء به على كل حال. لن يتم الاكتفاء به على كل حال. القلق من إمكانية أن تذهب هذه الجبهة إلى تصعيد إضافي أو إلى حرب كاملة، أو القلق من أن تتدحرج هذه الجبهة إلى حرب واسعة. وهذا احتمال واقعي ويمكن أن يحصل، وعلى العدو أن يحسب له كل حساب، وهو يحسب له كل حساب. هم عبروا عن ذلك وتحدثوا عن ذلك.
An unfazed Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has asserted that they have no plans on backing down just yet and are fully focused on finishing the objectives they've laid out for themselves, that is, to finish the Hamas. Netanyahu once again reiterated that they are not considering a ceasefire.
כוחותינו פועלים בכל הגזרות ובכל העוצמה. ניצחוננו יהיה חד וברור. הוא יעביר מסר לאויבינו, מסר שיהדהד לדורות. המטרה של אויבינו היא השמדת מדינת ישראל. ואני אומר לכם, ואני אומר להם, אויבינו ייכשלו. הם יובסו. לא נרפה עד לניצחון, עד להשלמת היעדים שהגדרנו. אני הבהרתי שאנחנו ממשיכים בכל הכוח, ושישראל מסרבת להפסקת אש זמנית שאיננה כוללת שחרור חטופינו. ישראל לא מאפשרת הכנסת דלק לרצועת עזה ומתנגדת להעברת כספים לרצועה.
Well, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has also made his second visit to war-torn Israel on Friday. This is the second visit since the beginning of the war. Extending support to Israel, Blinken said that all steps must be taken to ensure that an attack like the October 7th never happens again. But he also cautioned that it is imperative to ensure that it is done so with minimal civilian casualties.
35 Americans were murdered that day as well, and more than 200 foreign nationals from 35 countries. I've returned to the region to engage in intense diplomacy with our partners to try to help ensure that an attack like October 7th never happens again. And in doing so, that we forge a different future, a very different future for Israelis and Palestinians alike. That out of this tragedy emerges a better tomorrow for both peoples and for the region. There are a number of important steps that we can, indeed we must take now to help make that possible. First, we need to continue to prevent escalation of this conflict, its spread to other areas and other theaters. The United States has, and we will continue to respond to attacks by Iran's proxies to defend our personnel in the region, personnel who are here in Iraq and in Syria to help prevent the resurgence of ISIS. We will do what is necessary to deter and, as I said, respond to any attacks. Second, we need to do more to protect Palestinian civilians. We've been clear that as Israel conducts its campaign to defeat Hamas, how it does so matters. It matters because it's the right and lawful thing to do. It matters because failure to do so plays into the hands of Hamas and other terror groups. There will be no partners for peace if they're consumed by humanitarian catastrophe and alienated by any perceived indifference to their plight.
Meanwhile, Israel has also ramped up deployments in the Mediterranean Sea following attacks from Iran-backed Houthis in a bid to ensure the Hamas is suffocated and all sea routes are cut off for the terror group and their backers.
Keeping in view the recent missile attack by Houthi terrorists from Yemen, Israel has further tried to bolster the security of the sea route area. That's one of the reasons that many of their boats with missile defense system had been placed in Red Sea. They are trying to ensure security, trying to plug all those entry and exit points so that they are able to cater to their security needs in that particular area. Especially in the Red Sea and Mediterranean Sea, we have seen that they are trying to plug all those points. They are trying to ensure that neither the Hamas nor the Yemen terrorists backed by Iran, they are able to target their position. We saw that 2 days back they launched cruise missile, but that was intercepted by Arrow defense system. That missile was not only intercepted but destroyed also. Since then we have seen that several drone attacks have also been carried out. That's one of the reasons often you will find these boats moving inside the seas, also fighting it on the cyberspace, with where each party is seen giving a spin to their narrative so that their narrative appears to be dominant, and that narrative is considered to be the only narrative so far as the international community is concerned. So the war is being fought on all fronts right now. We have seen that the basic problem right now that Israel is facing, that on one hand they have got the Hamas from the southern side trying to target them with the rockets. On the other side, on the Lebanon side, from the northern front, we have seen how the Hezbollah had been trying to launch those missiles, trying to target their armored brigade. So look at these. These are the yachts. This is the area. Look at the sea area, because this is the sea route. They are trying to properly guard. They are trying to ensure that they are able to keep Houthi terrorists, Hamas terrorists as well as at bay, because they do not want that they should get any kind of support from this area.